The day at Lakeshore Park began like any other, with golden sunlight filtering through the dense canopy of trees, scattering patterns across the winding dirt paths and glistening waters of the lake. Birds chirped melodiously, and the gentle rustle of leaves in the cool breeze gave a sense of calm and serenity to the sprawling park, a place where families came for leisure and where pets ran freely, their laughter and barks blending harmoniously with the sounds of nature. But beneath the tranquil surface of the lake, hidden among the reeds and the shadows cast by overhanging branches, danger lurked, silent and patient. Max, a golden retriever with fur as radiant as the morning sun, padded along the shoreline, chasing after a floating stick tossed by his loving owner, unaware that something massive and deadly stirred beneath the water. Suddenly, without warning, the calm surface erupted into chaos as a crocodile, immense and powerful, lunged from the murky depths, snapping its powerful jaws inches away from Max's playful nose. A scream pierced the air, sharp and frantic, echoing to the park, as Max's owner dropped to their knees, heart hammering in terror. "I need rescue immediately. My dog is being attacked by a crocodile," they shouted into their phone, voice shaking, fear palpable with every word. The call crackled through the radio system of the TitanAmazing Rescue Team, a squad renowned for courage, precision, and unwavering commitment to saving lives. The moment the distress signal reached the control room, the seasoned team sprang into action, adrenaline surging through their veins. Sirens screamed to life. Tires churned mud as the vehicles raced through winding park roads, and the coordinated energy of the team was electric. Each member knew the stakes. Every second that passed increased the danger. Every heartbeat counted. Max's eyes were wide with fear as the crocodile thrashed violently, water splashing over the shore, mixing with the muddy sediment, creating a chaotic whirl of danger. The park, once serene and picturesque, had transformed into a theater of peril, shadows of the trees stretching ominously over the scene, blending with the creeping dusk. The rescue team's leader, a figure of calm authority named Alex, barked orders with the precision of a commander in a high-stakes operation. "Hold your ground. Keep the perimeter clear. Approach with caution." His voice was calm yet urgent, instilling focus and purpose in the team even as the roar of water and the frantic cries of the owner and the panicked dog filled the air. Each member moved with practiced efficiency, securing ropes, coordinating the approach, and preparing equipment to extract Max from the jaws of death itself. The tension was tangible, almost a physical presence pressing against every chest, every muscle coiled and ready. Alex's eyes scanned the environment, taking in every detail. The angle of the crocodile's approach, the slippery mud underfoot, the shifting current of the lake, and the terrified posture of Max clinging to a small patch of slightly elevated ground near the reeds. The team had trained for scenarios like this countless times, but the raw unpredictability of real life danger made every decision critical. Time seemed to stretch, the sound of rushing water mingling with the pounding hearts of everyone involved, creating a symphony of suspense and anticipation. The midst of chaos, Alex's voice cut through like a beacon. "Steady, stay calm, move together." Every step they took was deliberate, every action synchronized, a delicate balance between urgency and control. And as Max's fearful eyes met those of the approaching team, a glimmer of hope pierced through the terror. The first paragraph of this harrowing rescue was a testament to courage, the raw unpredictability of nature, and the unbreakable bond between humans and the animals they love. The team's approach was meticulous, every movement measured, as if they were walking a tightrope over a chasm of uncertainty and danger. The shoreline, slick with mud and churned water, reflected the chaos unfolding above and below its surface. Each splash, each thrash of the crocodile's massive tail, sent tremors to the ground, unsettling the rescuers and threatening their footing. Alex signaled to Mia, the team's medic, who was already wading carefully into the shallow water with her oxygen kit strapped across her chest. Her boots sank slightly into the soft mud, making each step a calculated risk, but her eyes were fixed on Max. The dog's golden fur was matted with water, and his eyes darted frantically between the crocodile and the approaching humans. Panic radiated from him in waves, yet a flicker of trust glimmered as he recognized the familiar presence of people who had come to save him. Meanwhile, Ryan and Jordan, two of the strongest rescue specialists, prepared the ropes and netting, anchoring them to nearby trees and stabilizing the crane equipment position precariously along the bank. The heavy machinery loomed like a silent guardian, poised to lift both dog and rescuer from imminent danger. But first, they had to contain the crocodile, a living weapon of nature whose unpredictability made every second a gamble. Alex raised a hand and whispered sharp commands. Distract the croc, draw its attention to the far side. Keep it moving, don't let it zero in on Max. Ryan and Jordan executed the maneuver with precision, splashing water and tossing small logs to redirect the predator's focus. The crocodile lunged repeatedly, its jaws snapping and tearing through the water with terrifying power. Yet the team maintained a careful distance, their movements choreographed by countless hours of practice and unwavering trust in one another. Mia crouched near Max, whispering soothing words through her oxygen mask, her hand steady as she prepared to secure the dog. "It's okay, boy. Stay calm, we've got you," she murmured, her voice cutting to the chaos like a lifeline. Each word was deliberate, designed to reassure not just Max, but the team themselves, reinforcing focus amid the swirling panic. The air was thick with the scent of wet earth, disturbed mud, and the unmistakable tang of adrenaline. Sunlight began to fade behind the dense tree line, casting long, dramatic shadows that stretched across the water, creating a chiaroscuro effect that heightened the tension of the scene. From a distance, the sounds of the city were muffled, leaving only the primal clash between human ingenuity and raw natural power. Every thump of the crocodile's tail, every desperate bark from Max, resonated like a drumbeat, syncing with the rhythm of pounding hearts. Alex's voice rang out again, crisp and commanding. Stead approach from the left. Keep him calm. Secure the rope. Jordan lunged carefully, looping the thick nylon around Max's torso without startling him further, while Ryan ensured the other end was fastened securely to the crane hook. The crocodile reacted, thrashing in protest, its massive head turning in warning, but the team's coordinated movements allowed them to maintain a delicate balance between courage and caution. Sweat mixed with mud on every face. Adrenaline painted every muscle tense with focus. And yet, amid all the chaos, there was a singular determination, a collective resolve that Max would not be lost. The dynamic interplay between man, dog, and nature created a scene of high drama, each moment stretching as though time itself had slowed to observe the delicate negotiation between life and death. And then, in a fleeting moment, Max paused, sensing the certainty in Mia's voice and the coordinated movements of the team. His body relaxed fractionally, eyes softening as he leaned slightly into her, allowing just enough trust for the next critical stage of the rescue. The scene was tense, fragile, beautiful in its perilous choreography, a testament to teamwork, bravery, and a relentless drive to save a life against impossible odds. As the ropes were secured and Max began to sense a fragile safety, the TitanAmazing team shifted their attention to the next critical phase of the rescue, the heavy crane extraction. The massive machinery, a steel giant poised on the edge of the muddy shoreline, groaned and hissed as hydraulics powered its towering arm into position. Its bright yellow frame contrasted sharply against the deep greens and browns of the surrounding forest, almost surreal against a natural backdrop. The crane operator, a veteran named Carlos, spoke calmly over the radio. "Position stable, ready to lift on your signal." The words were a steady anchor amid the chaos, a reminder that every component of this operation had to synchronize perfectly. Meanwhile, Alex coordinated from the water's edge, signaling precise instructions to ensure both Max's safety and the team's stability. "Lower the net slowly. Keep tension. Steady hands. Slow, slow," he ordered, each word deliberate and measured, cutting through the cacophony of splashing water, snapping jaws, and frantic barking. Max, sensing the shift in energy and the cautious approach of the rescuers, remained remarkably still for a dog in such dire circumstances. His golden fur, soaked and matted, clung to his trembling frame, but his eyes followed every movement, registering the calm assurance of Mia's voice as she whispered encouraging words. Every second was a delicate balance. Move too quickly and risk startling Max or provoking the crocodile. Move too slowly and time might run out, giving nature the advantage in its deadly game. Jordan and Ryan maintained their positions, holding the ropes taut, muscles straining as the crane arm slowly descended, its massive hook aligned with the net cradling the dog. The crocodile, sensing the disturbance, thrashed violently, sending waves crashing over the shallow banks and splattering mud across the team. Alex barked commands, his voice steady. Distract it now. Keep it moving toward the far reeds. With precise timing, Ryan tossed debris and sticks strategically to redirect the predator's attention. The crocodile lunged and snapped, but its focus momentarily shifted, allowing the rescuers to maintain the fragile equilibrium necessary for the lift. Sweat ran down faces, mixing with mud and water, but no one faltered. This was a culmination of years of training, split-second decision-making, and unshakable resolve to save a life that could not speak for itself. Mia leaned close to Max, carefully sliding a small harness under his belly while whispering, "Almost there, just a little longer. Trust me, boy." Max's ears flicked, his tail tucking slightly, but he allowed her gentle hands to secure him, a small yet profound act of trust amid terror. The crane operator, Carlos, tightened his grip on the controls, feeling the subtle shifts of tension through the hydraulics as the net cradled Max like a fragile bundle. "Steady, steady. Lift slowly, don't rush," Alex instructed, eyes locked on every movement, calculating trajectories and weight shifts with precision born of countless rescues. As the crane began its ascent, the crocodile lunged one final time, splashing violently, jaws snapping just inches from the net. The team held their ground, adrenaline coursing through every vein, muscles locked in unison. Max let out a soft whine, and Mia murmured soothingly, "It's okay, you're safe, just a little higher." Inch by inch, the crane lifted him from the water's edge, each movement deliberate, the hum of machinery blending with the natural symphony of the forest, rustling leaves, crashing water, distant birds, creating an almost surreal contrast between life-saving technology and the raw power of nature. As the net cleared the crocodile's reach, a collective exhale rippled through the team. Max's trembling body relaxed fractionally, eyes wide but trusting, leaning into Mia's calming presence. The first stage of the extraction had succeeded, but the tension remained, for even a single misstep during the next moments could turn triumph into tragedy. Every heartbeat, every decision, every careful motion was a testament to the courage and discipline that defined TitanAmazing, a living example of humanity's ability to confront danger, respect the power of nature, and protect those who rely on us. In that delicate balance between fear and hope, between chaos and calm, the story of survival continued to unfold, a narrative of trust, teamwork, and the relentless pursuit of life against overwhelming odds. The moment the crane lifted Max out of the immediate danger zone, a wave of tension broke slightly, replaced by a fragile sense of relief, though the mission was far from over. The powerful machinery hummed steadily as the net, containing the trembling golden retriever, hovered above the muddy shoreline. The crocodile retreated slowly, eyes following the movement of its would-be prey, as if sensing the team's victory, yet unwilling to concede the battle entirely. The water splashed rhythmically against the crane's legs, sending small tremors through the equipment, but Alex and the team remained unwavering, their every movement precise and coordinated. Mia, kneeling close to Max in suspended net, kept her hands steady, murmuring soothing words as she adjusted the harness to ensure that the dog was secure. "Almost there, just a little longer, Max. You're safe now," she whispered, her voice carrying both authority and warmth. The soft tone contrasted with the raw intensity surrounding them, creating a calm oasis in the storm of chaos. Below them, the shoreline was a mess of mud, churned-up water, and disturbed reeds, testifying to the crocodile's earlier thrashing. The sun had begun to dip lower in the sky, painting the scene with a golden red hue that reflected off the lake, making the danger and the heroism of the moment even more surreal. Every second of suspense stretched as the team prepared for the next critical step, bringing Max to solid ground where medical assistance could be administered immediately. Jordan and Ryan, muscles taut and eyes locked on the net, coordinated with Carlos, the crane operator, signaling adjustments to the lift with small, precise gestures. One wrong move, one sudden jolt, could unbalance the dog and turn hope into tragedy. Yet every member of the team had been trained for this exact scenario, their coordination honed by countless drills and real-life rescues, their trust in one another absolute. As the crane lowered Max gently toward a clearing, Alex called out instructions with razor-sharp clarity. Slowly, steady, anchor it down, careful with the angle, hold tension. Each word was met with immediate action, hands and eyes working in unison, as the team guided the suspended net toward the dry, safe ground. Max's small whimpers were interspersed with soft, calming words from Mia, each syllable a lifeline that kept his fear in check. The golden retriever's fur was plastered to his body, muddy and wet, yet his eyes, wide and trusting, reflected recognition and relief. Time seemed to stretch infinitely in those moments. The chaotic flurry of activity, contrasted by the meticulous, controlled precision of the team's movements. Sweat dripped down faces, mixing with mud and water, but the focus never wavered. The weight of responsibility was heavier than any physical burden. As the net finally touched solid ground, the team immediately worked together to secure it, lowering Max safely and carefully onto a prepared mat. The crocodile, sensing its prey had slipped away, retreated fully into the murky water, disappearing beneath the surface with only a ripple to mark its departure. Cheers were held back, replaced by quiet, concentrated activity, as the medical phase of the rescue began. Mia quickly assessed Max's vitals, placing monitoring equipment on his chest, checking breathing, heart rate, and temperature, her hands deft and practiced. Breathing steady, pulse strong, eyes responsive, administering oxygen, she reported calmly, yet every word carried immense relief. Alex stayed close, coordinating further steps, ensuring that every piece of equipment was in place, ready to stabilize Max fully. The dog, though exhausted and scared, allowed the team to work, leaning into the gentle touch of Mia's hands, trusting them completely despite the terrifying ordeal he had just survived. Every movement, every glance, every careful adjustment reflected the years of training and the deep bond between the rescuers and the lives they protected. This was not just mechanical operation. It was a testament to courage, empathy, and the indomitable will to preserve life. As Max began to show signs of relaxation, wagging his tail weakly and licking Mia's hand, a ripple of unspoken gratitude passed through the team. The mission was not yet over, but the hardest, most perilous stage had been conquered. In that golden red light of sunset, with the lake calm once more and the powerful crocodile receding into its natural habitat, TitanAmazing had proven once again why they were trusted to confront danger, navigate chaos, and bring hope where fear had reigned. As soon as Max touched solid ground, the TitanAmazing team sprang into a flurry of coordinated activity, every motion deliberate and precise. The air was thick with relief and tension intermingled, a heady mixture that clung to the damp mud and the cooling evening breeze. Mia, the medic, knelt beside Max, her hands moving deftly to attach monitoring devices, her eyes scanning his vitals with laser focus. Breathing steady, oxygen flowing, pulse strong but elevated, pupils reactive, she reported calmly, her voice a soothing anchor in the storm of adrenaline. Each member of the team moved in practice synchronization, removing ropes and securing equipment, while keeping a watchful eye on the surrounding environment. Even though the immediate threat of crocodile had passed, vigilance was paramount. Nature was unpredictable in the park, though quiet now, held potential dangers in every shadowed corner. Max, exhausted and trembling, pressed against Mia's side, seeking comfort and reassurance. His fur, matted with mud and water, glistened under the fading sunlight, each droplet reflecting the surreal gravity of the situation he had survived. Alex crouched nearby, giving directions with precision, ensuring that every step in the medical stabilization process was executed flawlessly. For flowing, pain relief administered, vitals stable, keep him calm, he instructed, his voice calm yet commanding. Jordan and Ryan assisted, adjusting equipment and clearing a safe perimeter, their hands steady despite the adrenaline coursing through their veins. The owner, knees pressed into the mud, reached out gently, voice trembling as they whispered, "Thank God, you're safe now. I'm here, boy." Max's ears flicked to the familiar sound, and a faint wag of his tail betrayed the first signs of relief and recognition. Tears streamed down the owner's face, blending with mud and rain as emotion surged uncontrollably. The bond between human and dog was palpable, a lifeline that sustained both through fear, danger, and uncertainty. Mia continued her work, her hands gentle but firm, adjusting oxygen masks and checking Max's responsiveness. Eyes tracking, temperature rising toward normal, hydration stabilized. "He's responding well," she said, her voice a mix of clinical detachment and warmth, a reflection of her experience and compassion. Every second mattered. Every heartbeat was a measure of life regained from the brink of death. Even in his exhausted state, Max's eyes followed the team members as they moved with precision, a silent acknowledgement of the trust he placed in these humans who had risked everything for his safety. Alex watched closely, mentally noting every reaction, every subtle movement, knowing that such details could make a difference in the delicate balance between recovery and further trauma. The sounds around them, the gentle lapping of the lake, distant bird calls, and rustling trees, contrasted sharply with the earlier chaos. Yet each sound seemed magnified in the quiet aftermath of terror. As the last of the equipment was secured and Max's vitals stabilized, Mia gave a final, reassuring pat. "You did it. Max, you're strong. You're coming back." The golden retriever leaned into her hand, eyes half closed in exhausted relief, trusting entirely in her care and the safety of the team surrounding him. The owner's hands gently cradled Max's face, murmuring soft words of gratitude and love. Tears still flowing freely, a raw testament to the bond that had survived the ordeal. Around them, the TitanAmazing team allowed themselves a brief moment of silent pride, knowing that their training, courage, and precision had saved a life that mattered deeply to someone else. The air was charged with emotion, a mixture of relief, joy, and lingering adrenaline, each rescuer aware that moments like these were rare but unforgettable. Max's breathing slowed, steadied by the oxygen and care. He began to wag his tail weakly, a small yet powerful sign of life and resilience. Alex signaled the team to begin cleanup and equipment recovery, but no one moved hastily. Every motion was respectful, acknowledging the gravity of the moment they had just navigated. As the sun dipped lower, casting the park in a golden-red glow, the team packed away the crane and medical equipment, their movements efficient yet reflective, a silent acknowledgement of the bravery and trust that had guided the rescue. Max's owner embraced him gently, whispering words of love and relief, while the TitanAmazing team observed with quiet satisfaction. This was more than a mission completed. It was a testament to courage, teamwork, and the indomitable spirit that drove them to face danger head-on. In that moment, every dripping branch, every ripple in the water, every trembling paw became part of a story that spoke to the extraordinary lengths humans could go to protect those who could not speak for themselves. Max's journey from terror to safety had begun in earnest, guided by the hands and hearts of the TitanAmazing team, a narrative of heroism and care that would linger in the memories of all who had witnessed it. Even as Max's breathing stabilized and his vitals returned to normal, the TitanAmazing team remained acutely vigilant, understanding that recovery from such a harrowing ordeal required careful monitoring and unwavering attention. The golden retriever lay on the soft mat prepared for him, still trembling slightly, ears flicking at every sound and eyes scanning the surrounding park as if expecting danger to return. Mia stayed close, hands gently resting on his fur, her eyes moving continuously between Max's chest, his eyes, and the monitoring devices displaying every vital statistic. "Stay calm. Max, you're safe now," she whispered repeatedly, her voice steady and comforting. Every small detail mattered. Even a subtle shift in his pupils or a slight change in respiration could signal distress or the need for immediate intervention. Alex, observing from a few steps away, coordinated with Jordan and Ryan to ensure the perimeter remained secure, scanning the lake and surrounding woods for any sign that a crocodile or any other hazard might reappear. Although the immediate threat had receded, the team understood the unpredictability of nature and respected the fine line between triumph and disaster. Max's owner hovered near the medic, gently stroking the dog's fur, tears streaming down their face as relief battled with lingering fear. "I can't believe you're okay, Max. I thought I lost you," they murmured, voice thick with emotion. The bond between human and dog had been tested in the most extreme way, and this moment of quiet intimacy felt almost sacred amidst the chaos that had just passed. Mia adjusted the oxygen mask slightly, ensuring optimal airflow, while subtly massaging Max's muscles to relax tension built up from hours of fear and struggle. Temperature steady, hydration maintained, no signs of infection or shock. she reported to Alex, her tone blending professional authority with compassionate reassurance. Alex nodded, satisfied but vigilant, knowing that the work of the TitanAmazing team was never truly complete until those in their care had fully recovered. Around them, the park's ambience shifted from dramatic tension to a calm, reflective atmosphere. The sun had sunk lower, casting long shadows across the lake, turning its surface into a shimmering mirror of gold and crimson. The trees whispered in the evening breeze, as if offering a quiet applause for the lives saved and the courage displayed. Every ripple of water, every gentle rustle of leaves, seemed to echo the extraordinary journey from chaos to safety. Max, sensing the change in mood and the unspoken relief among the team, relaxed slightly, leaning into his owner and letting out a soft, contented sigh. It was a first sign that he was beginning to emotionally process the trauma, trusting again in the safety of those around him. Jordan and Ryan worked efficiently to clear the remaining ropes and equipment, their movements calm but deliberate, reflecting the discipline and precision that had guided them through the rescue. Even small tasks, like rinsing mud from boots or securing medical kits, were done with mindful care, acknowledging the gravity of what had just transpired. Carlos, the crane operator, quietly powered down the machinery, his eyes lingering on Max and the team's careful movements. In that moment, he felt the quiet satisfaction that came from playing a crucial part in saving a life, a reminder why the TitanAmazing team existed, to face danger head-on, with courage and expertise, and emerge victorious. Conversations were muted, voices soft, as everyone reflected on the intensity of the operation. Yet, amid the calm, there was an undercurrent of unspoken pride, a recognition that they had performed flawlessly under extreme pressure, and that their collective effort had made the difference between life and death. Max's owner continued to hold him close, murmuring gratitude to each team member, tears of relief mingling with smiles of appreciation. "Thank you, all of you. I don't know what I would have done without you," they said, their voice breaking with emotion. Alex offered a small nod and a reassuring smile, but his focus remained on the dog, ensuring that Max's recovery continued smoothly. Mia gently checked his vitals one last time for the immediate phase, noting improvements in his heart rate and respiratory pattern. All signs that the worst was over and that the careful monitoring had successfully guided him through the critical period. As the evening deepened and shadows lengthened, a sense of profound accomplishment settled over the TitanAmazing team. This was the essence of their mission. Not simply perform daring rescues, but to provide care, empathy, and unwavering support in moments where courage and compassion intersected. Max, now resting peacefully against his owner, allowed himself to relax fully, safe and cared for, a living testament to the skill, precision, and heart of the TitanAmazing team. And in that quiet, reflective twilight, the team prepared for the next call, the next life that needed saving, their dedication undimmed by the long hours or the intensity of the ordeal. By the time the last hints of sunset painted the sky in shades of amber and deep crimson, Max had begun to show unmistakable signs of recovery. His trembling had subsided, his breathing steady and rhythmic, and his golden fur, though still damp and streaked with mud, had a soft glow under the fading light. The dog lifted his head, ears flicking attentively, eyes bright with recognition, and the faint spark of renewed energy. Mia continued to check his vitals, her hands gentle and sure, while Alex and the team observed quietly, allowing the fragile moment of recovery to unfold naturally. The tension that had gripped them since the initial call to the frantic cries of Max's owner had given way to a profound sense of relief and quiet pride. The owner, kneeling beside their loyal companion, stroked his head softly, whispering words of gratitude and reassurance. "You're okay now. Max, it's all over. You're safe, my brave boy," they said, voice breaking but full of warmth. Max leaned into the touch, pressing against the familiar hands, wagging his tail weakly yet with clear joy and recognition. Around them, the park had transformed once again. The earlier chaos of splashing water, snapping jaws, and urgent commands had been replaced by the serene sounds of the evening, leaves rustling in the gentle breeze, birds calling in the distance, and the soft lapping of water against the lake's edge. The TitanAmazing team moved deliberately to begin packing up equipment, cranes and ropes being stowed with precision and care. Even as they worked, There was an undercurrent of quiet celebration in the air, a shared sense of accomplishment for a mission executed flawlessly despite life-threatening circumstances. Carlos, the crane operator, carefully lowered the machinery and shut down its powerful hydraulics. Taking a moment to glance at Max and the owner, a soft smile of satisfaction crossing his face. Another life saved, he murmured to no one in particular, though his words resonated deeply with the team. Jordan and Ryan worked efficiently, removing ropes, checking harnesses, and ensuring that no equipment was left behind. Every movement was methodical, reflecting both the discipline and professionalism that defined TitanAmazing, while also allowing space for reflection on the extraordinary events that had just unfolded. As the team packed up, Alex gathered everyone briefly, his voice calm but carrying the weight of acknowledgement. Today, we face a dangerous situation, one that could have ended tragically, and yet, through courage, focus, and teamwork, we prevailed. Max is safe because each of you performed your role flawlessly. Heads nodded silently, eyes meeting in quiet understanding. This mission had been more than a simple rescue. It was a testament to the power of coordinated effort, unshakable courage, and profound human-animal bond that had inspired every action taken. Meanwhile, Max, now fully aware of the safety of the moment, began to explore his surroundings lightly, sniffing the ground and wagging his tail more energetically. The tremors of fear had faded from his body, replaced by cautious curiosity and trust. His owner continued to shower him with gentle pats and soft words, reinforcing the sense of security and love that had guided him through the ordeal. Mia adjusted the last of the monitoring devices, her trained eyes noting the improvement in vitals. Heart rate steady, breathing even, pupils responsive, temperature normalized. "He's doing exceptionally well," she said, a hint of pride in her voice. Alex smiled subtly, feeling the weight of relief that comes after successfully navigating a life-threatening crisis. In the background, the park remained still, as if offering a moment of reverent silence for the courage displayed and the life preserved. Even nature seemed to recognize the triumph. A soft breeze carried the scent of earth and water, and the last golden rays of sunlight shimmered across the lake, casting a warm, almost magical glow over the scene. The TitanAmazing team lingered just long enough to witness Max's first tentative play of the day, allowing him to chase a small stick, tail wagging, eyes bright with the simple joy of survival. The owner laughed softly, tears glistening in the corners of their eyes, the sound mingling with the gentle evening ambience. This was the reward for countless hours of training, preparation, and sheer bravery, a living reminder that courage, compassion, and dedication could overcome even the most fearsome challenges. As the team finally began to retreat, heading toward their vehicles, there was a sense of quiet reflection in the air. Each member carried with him the memory of danger faced and life saved, a story that would stay with him for years to come. Max, now resting comfortably beside his owner, seemed to understand the gravity of the day and the extraordinary effort that had gone into ensuring his safety. The park, once a theater of chaos, now held the stillness of victory and relief, its waters calm, its reeds motionless, and its shadows stretching long across the ground. TitanAmazing had once again proven its name worthy of admiration. Bravery, precision, and heart combining preserve life in the face of nature's raw power. And in that golden evening light, the bonds of trust, courage, and compassion were not only visible in Max's wagging tail, but etched into the hearts of every member of the team, a story of heroism that would linger far beyond the day's events.